Hey guys, this is Anirban from the Tennis Wizard. So today I want to talk about how to choose a tennis academy for a player that is maybe 14, 15 years old, right? Like a little bit advanced players that are trying to get better before they are college ready or trying to go to pro. This happens a lot. Players at this age a lot of times move because they may have outgrown their place. If they are trying to move, states, countries, sometimes things like that. So one thing before you go is, you want to find out what's the coaching type there, right? Like, do they do a lot of drilling? What I mean by that is like, like feeding drills, hand feed drills, controls, and and mix a lot of match play, or is it more like like, well, the kids come and they sort of play by themselves different points, not as much focus on drilling. So you want to kind of know that, and there's no right or wrong answer. It depends on what your kid is looking for. Also, you want to understand about the feedback style, right? Is it a very command control type of environment where they're pretty strict? I mean, they're telling you how to do it, they're on your case, or is it more laid back? Also, are the coaches really technical? Do they prescribe to one particular way of coaching, right? Like, and that's important for some people. For some people, like it more open-ended, right, where there's a little bit more variety of the technical styles and things like that. So that's really really important. The third one is, is the academy more focused on hands or feet? So what I mean by that is, there's a lot of European academies. They put a lot of emphasis on good footwork, transferring weight, getting out of the corners. There's a lot of academies all over the world that are more focused on the hands, right? Especially in the US, like quality ball, not maybe working that much, putting emphasis on the footwork patterns, things like that. So you want to get an idea how they do it by observing, talking to them, things like that. The next one is really important, right? Probably out of all the things that we said, the most important one is, are the similar level players to hit with? Because as the kids are getting high school age, they're getting ready for college or the tour or whatever, they need to be able to see the balls that they see in matches. So are they seeing that? Are the players same gender? That doesn't matter as much, but for the, especially if it's guys, they are 15, 16-year old, you want to make sure they are getting the same ball from other guys, because the ball quality starts to differ a little bit, from that time on. Do they have travel teams, right? It's really, it's good to know, because if they have same, if there's a bunch of girls like the same level playing ITFs, much easier. If they have friends traveling with them, they can go together and all that, right? To find out if the academy is okay, if your kid goes and does practice matches in other places, like other clubs, other academies, public parks. Sometimes they hate it. Some places are more open and say, okay, you know what, go and get those practices in. We are not opposed to it. So just, you need to kind of have this conversation, so it doesn't get bad later. um, Also, if it's a college bound kid, it's really help if the academy has a history of sending kids to colleges. They have some relationships. Some places have great relationship with college coaches. Some places do not know a single college coach. So you need to know that, because this is a reference based industry, and that really helps. And last but not the least, I want to talk about the cost and the scholarship. So there is always a cost. You want to be upfront about it, how much you have to pay. Is it a flat fee per month for the academy? Does it include privates, or private separate? Does it include fitness, or fitness is separate? I mean, if they have other pieces like the ancillary ones, the nutrition, mental, generally they're always separate costs, but you need to ask that, right? So you want to get a good idea about how much your cost is going to be. And then if you want to talk to them about the scholarship, you should, our experience shows free is never free, or discount is never, there's always a cost to it. So you need to find out what the expectation is. Do they want you to be a brand ambassador for the academy? Do they want you to hit with other players who are lower quality during their lessons, things like that? So as long as you're clear and you have a good understanding, and you're okay by knowing what you're, what you're seeking, and to see where it fits. One thing that will say from experience, my kids are playing. I have coached in academies. I own part of an academy. I'll tell you this: it's impossible to find everything, all the check boxes. So you have to sort of prioritize what you're looking for, what the most important things are, and then go with it. So wish you all the best.